Hello and welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Tuesday, 23 December. Sorry, I've lost track of the days due to Christmas. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support throughout this year. I'm going to be taking a few days off. I might have a podcast on the 29th, 30th and 31st, but I'm not sure yet. Also, next year, going to be trying to move this into like a video podcast style thing. So if you have any thoughts, things you want to see changed, or any just kind of tips and tricks, that could help me grow this podcast, then please just send me a message to HM Intelligence on Instagram. And I'm all ears because, you guys are what makes this work. So I want to try and do things that you guys will enjoy. But yeah. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about 2 people have been killed in clashes in Aleppo between the Syrian army and the SDF. Trump has unveiled a new class of warship, which he's named after himself. And the Thailand and Cambodia are discussing a truce amid continued fighting. So firstly, a series of clashes have erupted in the Syrian city of Aleppo, resulting in at least 2 civilian casualties and several others wounded. The cause of the clashes is not yet clear, with the Syrian government forces and the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces exchanging blame for the 2 deaths. According to the state-run news agency SANA, citing the city's health directorate, the 2 were killed as a result of SDF shelling in Aleppo neighborhoods. Sana is also quoted the Syrian defense minister, which blamed the SDF for the attacking 2 Aleppo neighborhoods. The results was of the SDF. In response, the SDF said that it was the bombing had carried out by groups affiliated with the Syrian government, led by Ahmed al-Shara, and the government has denied they are responsible. So what? This is kind of the first breakdown of kind of the relationship between the new Syrian government and the SDF, who are backed by the United States. And it kind of doesn't bode well. Ahmed al-Shara said that he wanted to bring all of Syria under the rule of like the one government and that everyone would be represented. However, non-Arab communities within the country are pretty skeptical of this leadership, as he's the former leader of HTS. He is, for all intents and purposes, an Islamic extremism. We've just rebranded him, and we've seen issues with the Druzia already, which cast doubt over how his government would be handling these ethnic tensions. So yeah, I kind of do worry that the Americans are going to leave the SDF out to dry here. Trump is kind of pulling back in all fronts when it comes to international support. So I can't imagine the SDF is going to be getting huge amounts of support from the US, which is pretty shit. And it kind of doesn't bode well for any group that the US is trying to support at this point, as long-term support is waning for these groups. But yeah, hopefully things improve. Hopefully some deals can be made in the SDF and the government can stop fighting, because that's not good for anybody, especially peace and harmony in the Middle East. And next, US President Donald Trump on Monday unveiled plans for a new class of warship named after himself. While speaking at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, the president proclaimed the Trump-class Navy vessels will be the largest battleship in the history of the country. Of fucking course. The new initiative will start with 2 Trump-class vessels before expanding up to 25 new watercraft, which he dubbed the Golden Fleet. The first Trump-class ship will be called the USS Defiant. Fuck me. So what? I mean, I'm not an absolute expert on naval warfare, so I don't know what this kind of means and how this new type of class will actually work, like what that actually fucking means at all. But I thought battleships were kind of by and by. I thought this was something of a past age, while the US significantly needs to improve its naval capacity and its shipbuilding capacity. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, it just fucking screams Trump bullshit, right? Trump-class vessels and fucking the Golden Fleet. It's disgusting. But I guess that is what we're seeing at the moment. So, yeah. And lastly, defense officials from Thailand and Cambodia agreed to meet on Wednesday to revive the collapsed ceasefire as deadly border fighting continues for a third week. The two neighbouring countries previously clashed in July. The violence ended with a ceasefire brokered by Malaysia, China and the United States, but it unravelled in early December after two Thai soldiers were wounded in a skirmish. Since then, Thailand has launched airstrikes while Cambodia has fired rockets in fighting along the 817-kilometre border, killing at least 80 people and displacing around 900,000. Both sides are blaming the other for starting the renewed fighting. So what? I mean, I think sorting this out is going to be pretty technical. I covered this in depth in a YouTube video on the HM Intelligence channel. So if you're interested, go check that out because, yeah, I did a very big deep dive into why, well, not a big deep dive, but, you know, my usual 10-minute video, looking at like what is happening here and why it's probably not going to stop. Basically, it summarizes as neither side trusts each other to maintain peace, and no one can really ensure that peace very effectively. What it's likely going to take is a third-party country, probably from ASEAN, to come in and provide the security guarantees that both sides are looking for, which will allow, ideally, in a perfect world, would allow Cambodia access to the religious sites that Thailand controls without Thailand losing any territorial integrity. That's kind of the crux, and yeah. But anyway, that's been your Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again next week, maybe next year. We will see. See you!